What's up, y'all?
Hello.
It's just Rhonda, and not just Rhonda, Tamika too.
That's right. See,
It's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? It's Monday. I don't even know what day it is. It's been kind of
yes.
stressful weekend,
Monday has been
but we're
mundane.
here now.
Yes,
How was your Monday?
stressful.
It was
Long story.
stressful.
Long story.
We'll have to get into it. Y'all,
Yes.
SpringYard just was not gonna let us be great today, but we're here now, and we're here to
Mm-mm.
discuss this latest episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Is season 16, episode 2. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, so we still at this party at Shamia's house, questioning Drew about her relationship with Dennis.
So
The people said they was out in the club with matching outfits, holding hands and things.
they probably were, but I still don't think it was more than what you know. They probably had the same color on, and people was like, "Oh, they were matching."
Portia doesn't like it. She says she doesn't care. It feels like she cares. Would you be okay with it?
Um. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. With my, because one is my man and the other one is the baby daddy. So with the baby daddy, hell yeah, do you, boo? My
I feel like
baby
no,
daddy? Do
not your
you?
baby daddy. Yeah, because I wasn't thinking about my baby daddy when I asked the question. I feel
Yeah,
like her and Dennis though still I don't know what they got going on, but it's very
that's what
much
I'm saying. In my, in my case, one is my other baby daddy is my man. So the other one is
right.
just the baby daddy. Do
No,
you, boo? I
right.
don't care what you do.
No, she's bothered.
Here's the thing. She Drew started off by saying Portia and I talked about it, and Portia cut her off, and then she started to talk over her because she didn't want her to finish saying what she had to say. Drew, okay. Then
Drew
she
didn't want
changed
you
the
didn't want Portia
subject.
to say what she had to say.
No, Portia cut off Drew. Drew said, Portia, you and I talked about it. And Portia cut her off and then started talking over Drew. So it sounded like Portia didn't want her to finish saying whatever it was that Drew was about to say. Then she changed the subject and started talking about uh she knew that it was gonna be a party. Then she saw a picture of Drew and Drew's face was washed. And
Oh,
she just changed the whole thing. And then Drew, I'm sitting up there, she talking about I didn't have any makeup on. She had a face full of makeup.
you
I
did
don't
have
know.
a
I
makeup.
don't
Listen, Portia, Drew be lying, and Portia can't be trusted. So it's hard to tell, like, really what's going on over here with these two. I knew Portia called Drew, what she called a lady, a low down and dirty. Like it escalated really quickly. She don't really care what you're doing with the baby daddy. You can marry F, kill him if you want to, but don't be over here with the go naked hair trying to do photo shoots and things and filming with the baby daddy.
Okay, look. So you said that you knew about the party, and then you saw Drew, and then she looked washed out, and then you called and you talked to her the next day, right? So at
Right,
that
because you were
point,
worried about how she was looking drained
right,
from divorce.
she was
Yeah.
looking dry. She was watching. You girls wouldn't understand it because none of you are going through a divorce, so you wouldn't understand it. So when you called her at that point, the conversation never came up about her working with your baby daddy? Y'all didn't discuss it then? That none of this shit adds up.
It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. She said if
Stop
they
it.
asked production, she was like, "Can I break the fourth wall?"
Did she break it?
Yeah,
Did she?
because her problem went from the hair and the photo shoot to
Hmm.
her Drew having Dennis come on over here to film, and that's my baby daddy, and you don't know like whether we gonna be good or not good, and it's just gonna be causing problems in our relationship if he's filming with you.
I would have, it would have made more sense to be mad at her about setting up a photo shoot for my hairline.
with the
How
hairline.
dare you? Now
Yeah.
that sounds crazy. You
We
know what
even
I'm
like for
saying?
a photo shoot, like you need to be asking me like what hair are you bringing? I feel like I need to know if you're gonna be using my product or
You
what.
you don't just do it on your own and do a promotion. That's not how that works.
A promotion for what though? Was it for her album? See, that's confusing too. Was it a
She
promotion?
said it was for go naked hair. That's
Well,
what
you
she
don't
said.
get to do that. You don't get to do
That's
that.
what I'm saying. That makes sense. But Kenya was sitting over there because the girls was like, I'm confused. Is this about the hair? Or is this about Dennis? And Kenya was like, it's about Dennis.
Yeah, we know. And
Hmm.
that's why I said last week, I feel like the way her and Dennis be playing games and things, it's something still going on over there. It's not the regular. She's clearly like marking her territory. Portia is.
Portia
She
to
set up
me,
there, she set up this like he's my angel from heaven. And what's her name?
and that
Angela Angela Oakley was like, oh no, that don't sound right.
it didn't. And Drew knew exactly what she was doing when she did that. Drew knew that was getting up under her skin. And then she sit back and be like, what? I mean, what? What did I say? What did I do? Drew, that part, Drew full of shit. Because she know that she was poking the bear when she
Yeah,
was
but I
doing
feel
that.
like they're a lot alike. Maybe that's what the problem is, because Porsche be doing the same thing.
They both be lying. They
Yeah,
both. It to me, it sounds like honestly, I was sitting back, sitting up here like, is this a storyline that the two of them came up with? Because none of this shit is making sense.
it's definitely a storyline. We just not sure like who came up with it. I feel like Drew was over here doing things on her own without maybe putting Portia in the mix because now that Simon is no longer with us, he's detained as far as I know. Then she might need Dennis. Like that's her part of her storyline, Portia.
Can I break the fourth wall? Can I break it?
Please do.
It really sounds like that I don't want to talk about Dennis, and my friend and I came up with this whole storyline to divert everybody's attention off of Dennis,
You
and
mean
then we're
Simon?
just
You
gonna
mean
do this.
Simon?
I mean Simon,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes, yes, off of Simon. I'm sorry, yes. So me and my friend came up with this because I don't want to be attacked about Simon.
I mean, that's only gonna work for so long, girl. We want to know about
It
Simon.
ain't work because at day one, a girl was like, "Why you take that woman's man?"
It feels like we're still there. We feel like we didn't get our questions answered, so that's probably gonna come up again, Portia.
Yeah,
Shamia
yeah,
shut
you.
it down. She shut it down with birthday cake, and they all jumped in the pool. And I was like, not with my lovely outfit, Shamia.
I'm not jumping in the pool with my outfit, but that's rich girl stuff. I don't. Hey, I
I think
paid
his
too much for
edges was
this one.
already lifting. I don't know if they needed to be in the pool.
No, hopefully she didn't jump in. Hopefully not. No.
Shamia wearing her real hair, and she has at least 16 outfit changes. So the outfit that she
Right.
had on for the pool was not the same outfit that
I
she
mean,
had on before.
if you living in a $9 million home, what throw the outfit away. You'll get another one.
Yeah, well, I'm not Shamia. This is my outfit that I bought, and I intend to wear it again.
Mm-mm.
So we get to see the Oakley Estates. They have a beautiful home.
Hmm. Did you see how Angela looks like Fatima?
I forgot to put that picture. I'm going to put it on the thumbnail. I promise you.
Please do.
Uh,
Please do. They are twins.
yeah, I'll change it. I'll change it because that y'all don't know, but it's serious. Um,
Yeah.
Charles is over there cooking a little something, something in the kitchen. I'm like, I'm not mad at that. He had a
It
whole
wasn't
thing
even
like
a
he
little something,
wanted a
something.
plate of whatever he had going on over
Did
there.
you see the cornbread? I was like, he for real up in this joint. He sound
Um,
like me. If I come in this kitchen,
I don't.
the
I need
kitchen need to be clean. I
every
don't want to
kitchen.
start
Come on.
exactly. I want to start in the clean kitchen.
And she
That's
talking
so
about, I thought
important.
I cleaned it. You didn't. You know you
You know
didn't.
you didn't.
I couldn't be mad at him. I couldn't even be mad at him. He is kind of snarky. I don't know. I heard some maybe not so good reviews about him. So far, I'm entertained by it. I appreciate the honesty.
About Charles. I mean, his personality is just like how he was on the court. Is what did you expect?
Definitely giving athlete.
He wasn't like a nice athlete. He was, you know how Dennis Rodman for, the
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
boy
yeah.
era.
Yeah.
He was a bad
He
boy.
was with them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Charles
Angela
Ugly
and
was a
Charles,
fool.
they met 10 years ago at a party and they exchanged numbers, but he did not call her. But then they ran into each other 10 years later, found out they was neighbors in the same condo complex.
Okay.
It seems like destiny. And then you probably didn't want it, probably wouldn't have worked 10 years ago when he was out still, doing
He
whatever
was
he was
probably
doing.
right. He probably 10 years ago was in the league and was not finna settle down.
No,
So yeah,
no,
10 years
that's
later, back around again.
hey, is that Shalimar? They have a blended family. They have four children. Two of them are hers. He has a son, and then they have one together.
They were cute. She was cute. She looked like
She looks
Angela.
like them. That's so funny. I
Hmm.
was like, she looks like both of them. Angela says she owns her own financial consulting company. She is a self-made millionaire. Brittany, here's
Up.
another resume we can verify. Seems like she's
Mm-mm.
got a portfolio and a wealthy husband.
Mhm. Mhm. But she
She's
said
over
she
here
was
with
flipping them
properties and things.
houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we see what they're wealthy together. Nice to
I
see
like that
that.
too, though. I feel like there's a different dynamic when the woman comes into the situation with her own money
Mhm.
versus someone who's sitting here waiting on, somebody allow them to go get their nails done and don't know where the
Portia.
mortgage is coming from. I bet you she know who
Portia.
her mortgage company is. I'm just saying.
Mm-mm.
Her and her daughter were sitting up there gossiping, and Charles did not want to hear the mess. And I was like, that sounds so typical. He's like, who cares about these lame ass people?
He called them lying. He called them lying. He reminded me of mine when he come in. He be like, "Oh, here you go watching this, bitch, 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 bitch." You're like, "Yeah, yeah, yep, that's what it is."
Well, I mean, it's been a long time, but I feel like I've finally broken him down. And he is watching Married to Madison
Mm.
whole season. I feel like, yeah, he's watched whole season with me. I think it was that whole, bust down with with King and Dr. Greg that had him like,
Call this
what
attention.
the heck is going on? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-mm. He put her on blast though. She was talking about she ain't think old girls should be working with Portia's ex. And he was like, "You used to work with your ex. What you talking about?"
I get what he said. That was a nice try, but it's not the same thing. Portia's not working with her ex. She's working with somebody else's ex.
No, I thought he was talking about Drew working with Portia's ex.
No, he said you as in Angela. He said you used to work with your ex,
Oh.
and I'm like, that's different. Like I get what, and that's not. It's different.
Mm, mm, mm.
So Portia and Kenya meet up. Kenya looks cute. I just always am just so thrown off. I guess because they spent so much time talking about all this drama that went down to the beauty salon. Every time I see Kenya, now I'm like, oh yeah, Kenya's here. And now her and Portia are friendly. Okay.
Friendly. Portia's friendly because she doesn't have anyone else to be friendly with.
Honestly, I prefer it. And I feel like it would have been way better had they had this type of friendship. But again, when you see how they really are. To Kale, Kenya just turned nice 2 seasons ago. I don't know what happened.
That Brooklyn.
And then, Portia was exposed, so now we don't believe nothing that come out of her mouth. So,
Mm-mm,
um,
mm-mm.
and they give us this flashback of this tumultuous relationship between Portia and Kenya, and yeah, but now they sitting here with a Kiki talking about Dennis and his shenanigans over there with Drew.
But you had said a long time ago, you was like, they have so much in common. It's a shame that they're not friends,
No, because they
But
could do fun shade together,
yeah,
against the world.
they were pregnant at the same time and everything. You would have thought they would have bonded, but it
Portia
is what it
doesn't have any loyalty, and Kenya ain't about to kiss her behind. So that's what
Mm-mm.
the requirement is to be Portia's friend. You acting like you put Drew on. I wouldn't say it like that. I feel like it was a benefit for both of y'all for Drew to do the hair, ambassador, whatever. But you did not put her on, girl. She was already a thing before we knew about you.
So is this the time that she was saying that she found out that Dennis wanted to film, well, Drew wanted to film with Dennis, right? She said that's what ticked her off about Drew, right?
Right.
So when you found out, did you tell her no, that wasn't a good idea and
I
she
don't like it.
refused to?
You didn't say nothing.
Did I? You didn't, you found out, you just got mad, but you never had a conversation with
No,
her?
because that wouldn't play out right when you come over here.
Like I told her no, I didn't like it, but she continued to do it. Now I got an attitude
Now I got a
because I
reason.
told you.
You know,
But no,
I saw Toya from Married to Medicine. I keep bringing up Married to Medicine, but I saw her doing this interview with somebody,
hmm
and
hmm
she was just talking about the show, and they asked her about Phaedra and how Phaedra acted when she found out about Apollo coming,
Apollo.
and Toya was just saying she's a lawyer and she's learned how to answer things in a way that it could go either way, because she could have easily said, "Nah, I don't feel comfortable with Apollo coming," and she was like, "I would have been had no problem saying that." But that's not what
Right.
Phaedra did, and that's not what Portia did either. Like you said, she could have been like, "I don't know if I like that." Like, Dennis don't even do music. Like, what? That's
Mm-mm.
what Kenya
Well,
said. She
no,
was like,
she co-signed it. She co-signed it. She said, "Well, he did do an album for PJ, so you was co-signing that he did music, right?"
he did an album for PJ. Girl,
That's what she
where can
said.
you get it at? Amazon? Stop
I
it.
don't know. They showed the picture of it.
And I feel like men with money are always throwing their money into somebody's studio, acting like they
hmm
somebody's, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's just a thing, especially in Atlanta.
Child. And speaking of which, that interview.
With Toya,
Heck yeah. And Toya, y'all got mad at Toya because Toya talked about that plastic surgery that all the rest of us was talking about. Let me tell
come
you,
on.
I I didn't pay attention last week because it was just threw me all off, all three of them. You know what I'm saying? However, I get what Toya was saying with Brick and this Nicki Minaj look because I looked at her and I was like, that is who she's trying to look like. It's like she took a picture of Nikki and went to the plastic surgeon and said, "This is what I look." She even talked like Nikki. Like the
Well,
little
she might
nasal
have went
talk
in
that
there
she
and
does.
tried to get Nicki Minaj, but she came back with Tamar's face. And they all have Tamar's face.
But it's a bad Nikki. And it's like she even trying her hardest to talk like Nikki. It's
Nicki's
like I was like,
face.
is that who she trying to be? No, I can't see. That's all I see.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
bad,
I
it's a
know
bad Nikki.
I know their faces are very worked over, and then it's a lot of titties. I don't know why all the dresses have to look like that. I was like, I don't. It don't look good. Like I feel like it looks so uncomfortable.
Brit definitely did when she had the blue jig and it was
The
just pushed
protein thing. I was like,
real.
it looks like an explosion is about to happen.
And here's the thing, like y'all all got mad and called them mean girls and all that for saying that. But look here, y'all be the same ones that be like, Little Kim was so cute. Why did she do her face like that? And then Michael was so cute before he did all that. And we're saying you are cute girls. Why are y'all doing y'all face like that?
Especially at that age. That's the thing that's weird.
It's
It's not like you're like in your 50s or 60s and you need to like bring it on back. They're young. They're in their 30s.
Cause this, I mean, it's one thing a little nip tuck, you know what I'm saying? So here's like Candy, right? So Candy was getting a little stuff down her body, but she wasn't walking around looking like it was just like unnatural all
She looked
over.
like Candy. I think
Yeah,
Candy was just getting liposuction though. Her and Marlo. So it wasn't, you know what I mean? It was
yeah. After she had the baby, you know how they do the little
yeah,
mommy makeover. That's one thing. It's just like doo doo doo. It's not just
a blow
everything
job.
all over. And then Toya even said that, Jackie get work done. Well, you know what? I wouldn't have really paid no attention if she did because it doesn't look that bad.
Well, she says Jackie does fillers,
Yeah,
which okay, but she's older, so it's
exactly.
not gonna look. It can only look good if she doesn't. She's not overdoing it. She looks like regular, honestly.
Because Angela, oh my goodness. No, ma'am. And
And
Britt,
Toya looks freaking amazing. I'm like Toya actually looks better now than she did a couple years ago.
she do. She do. Yep. But anyway, back to these crazy chicks.
Accident people. Um, Kenya is brings up Simon's foolishness online, and I'm agree with Kenya. I was like, there was a point where I was like, I wouldn't even read nothing that he posted. I would see his name come up all the time, and I'm like, I don't care what he's saying.
It was like so obsessive at one
Oh
point.
my god.
And we already didn't like you. We didn't even
He's
like
so
looking at
mad
you.
probably now. He's probably more mad that he's not on TV than he is that he's locked up.
Hmm.
So Portia trying to explain how she didn't know what was going on. She thinks she knew. Erica Jane, you was over here in the dark.
Right. But she tell more and more. Every time she tell the story, she give us a little bit more detail how crooked his ass was.
And then I was like, okay, so you were at your mother's house
Hmm.
and he forgot to turn off the camera in the living room and he brought women over there. But she wasn't living there. She was at the mother's house. So,
But she didn't want women in her house. Kind of like how she was walking around Fallon's house, knowing she had slept with
oh,
that woman's husband.
oh my. Is that what
Oh,
happened?
I'm just saying. I
Oh,
was just, oh, kind of same thing, wasn't it?
curious.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
okay. But that can't
Not
be
in
in
our house.
yours. Okay,
Not in our house,
gotcha.
though.
Oh, okay. We
Oh,
seen you
that's
walking
why the
all through the
lady
house in
asked.
the swimming pool, like you want to sleep with that woman husband. But
All up
okay.
in the swimming pool, child.
Mm. Oh,
Grinning
we
in that
forgot
lady's
about that.
face.
We
Mm.
forgot about that portion.
I was
Okay.
like, this don't even have nothing to do with nothing. Why are we talking about this? Now back to how y'all was down to the airport and he was getting pulled. She kind of dipped in and dipped out of that one.
He was in the airport. He had another fake marriage. He was riding around in a stolen car. Like it's like adding up, but I had no idea that this man, any of this
Man,
stuff was going on.
I
Yeah.
low key kind of just a little bit kind of wish he wasn't detained so we could see what he was gonna be tweeting and things like after on Sundays after every episode. He could now
Mm-mm.
she could just tell whatever story she wants to tell. She better hope his
Right,
ass
because
don't
she
get a hold
know.
of no internet, child, or it's
Child,
over.
Child. Mm-mm.
So Kelly's restaurant. Kelly's has a new restaurant that apparently, according to her, what is his job title? Her project manager. It won't be done in
Mm-hmm.
time. But she said her husband closed her Conyers location and, you know, left her there with no business. Isn't it funny how you going through a divorce, but you don't want to? You want to make sure she, lose everything.
You know who that reminds me of her story when she was telling it? I was like, this sound like with the lady with the turkey hut was going through with her
Yeah, yeah,
husband.
yeah, with her husband.
And he
Yeah.
was stealing the money out the cash register and just taking everything yeah. And the turkey hut was like the shit,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, at
I
one
heard a lot
point.
of good things about the Turkey Hut. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was stealing right underneath her too.
What business can you go in and just take money out the cash register? It doesn't matter who.
That's what Peter Thomas was doing.
Boy,
That's
y'all
what
got a
that's what the
long
people
list
were
of
saying.
felons over here in Atlanta. Good grief.
I thought Peter was locked up, and then Peter popped up with Sheree
You're
on
right. And
talking about
and
how
and
good the food
what's her
was.
name? Cynthia was like, and please don't be taking up pictures with my baby daddy. And girl, did you see him down there with Sheree?
No, that was Sheree.
Mm,
And we know Sheree don't mind nobody that's been locked up, honey.
that's where she gonna find him at. And
She
Sheree
gonna
was
pop up
also
with
like,
Simon next.
we ain't heard Sheree. Now that the housewives back on, here she goes. She ain't been on the internet this whole time they was off.
Yeah, she finna go bail Simon out. Let's roll.
Well, they don't think her restaurant is gonna be ready. She said it's gonna be ready. So I guess that'll be a part of her storyline, watching, hoping that she can get this thing done, watching her stress out. I feel like every restaurant goes through that where they trying to struggle to get it, on a why do you plan the grand opening before you know what I mean? Why put that
Yeah,
pressure on yourself?
yeah. But at least that's a legit storyline. You know what I'm saying? She really
Yeah,
got
yeah,
some
yeah.
real life
Yeah.
stuff
That's
going on,
nothing
so
made
that's
up.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, made up storyline. Her friend Britt Edie over here and her husband Mike. Let's get into this. She met her husband during the Big C. That's when
Hmm.
she started her insurance agency. So that's 4 years strong. 4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's enough to build some semblance of a wealth. She said he was her customer, and she didn't want to
Mm.
date her customers until she did.
Mm.
The people is out in the street having a hard time trying to figure out like whether he's licensed for things and invested in what. It's just all a mystery.
I just know the whole time she was talking to him, his face was frowned up the whole entire conversation. He had this little frown on his face, like he really wasn't interested in anything she was talking about.
She wasn't saying nothing, and she's another one that coming over here discussing this baby that hasn't actually happened yet. Like, where are we at? And you talk about you want to sell a house, and you need your mother to have somewhere to stay to be taking care of a baby that you've not even started to produce yet. And she's saying
And
he's the
then
one that wants this baby, but it don't seem like it.
he ain't say he did. She said we getting ready to have baby. He was like, maybe.
Allegedly, is what he said.
Yeah, yeah, allegedly. Yeah. And the mama sent back talking about yes it is. I was like, oh, here we go, another mama like
Why
Drew
is
mama.
she here? Why is she here? She's not here to
No.
babysit. She's here to do what?
Mm. Well, he wasn't interested in having mimosas on the rooftop. He said, I hate the sun. No, I'm not going out there with y'all.
I love how she's sitting here describing this person who's actively being the opposite of what she's saying he is.
Yeah, it's, that Brit, it's a lot of phoniness.
Oh, that's funny because I said for me, Brit is giving fake.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
Gonna take that ring back that you borrowed.
She's still pressing with that, but we'll get to that. Shamia goes to
Yeah.
visit her surrogate, and we found out that the lady discovered that she
Oh,
had cancer while she was carrying Shamia's baby. That's a crazy story. And they
I was
sitting
like
there
Dr.
trying to
Jackie
figure
got
out,
off the hook.
huh?
I had to let Dr. Jackie off the hook. But after I heard the story, I was like, oh, it wasn't Jackie's fault. Um,
Oh, I never thought it was her fault. Was she Dr. Who said
well,
that?
and this lady, did you hear her say that her and Dr. Jackie got an agency together for
Yeah, but
surrogate?
I knew that.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
Shayna.
no, yeah. You know what? I think that how blessed was she to have Shamia to be the person that happened to? Because Shamia is such a caring person and an understanding person of the situation that I was sitting there thinking like she couldn't have got a better person. You know, despite what happened, she got like the best person that probably could have happened with. It was no animosity. It was so much understanding. You know what I'm saying? And I was
I mean,
like, that's really sweet
especially
because
when both people, I'm sure, needed a lot of support on both
yeah,
sides.
yeah,
Well, she said she
yeah.
had an ectopic pregnancy, so she's still been trying, you know,
And when
even
she
after
said
that.
that, I looked her age up, and she's 42, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Um, her
42
risk
is not
is
crazy.
higher.
I think,
No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
your risk is higher at 42. And then my mind went to Bose, like, golly, Bose, you really trying to put yourself through this? I didn't jump episodes, but
Wait,
Beverly Hill,
did you see in in the internet sphere this lady
yeah,
that's 72 that just had a baby somewhere in Africa?
I did see that.
That was the
I
first
did
thing I
see
thought of. I was like, well, Bose,
it. And then you remember Diana Ross had carried her daughter's child? Do you remember that? She was up
did
there.
you?
Yeah,
I do remember something
she
like that.
carried a
But I
child
mean,
from
it's
one
for
of
your
them.
daughter. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I know
I
it's
mean, it can happen, but once you start already having these issues, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, because like how she explained it, you stress the whole pregnancy. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? I'm
They're
just
going
like,
through
Bose,
IVF.
get a
I just
surrogate.
don't understand, y'all. We talking about Beverly Hills right now, but it's kind of tied in. I don't understand why Bose at this age is even considering that because of all the issues she had. And it's not like she's never had a child. I don't know what this like need to carry a child in your very own uterus.
Not
I,
when you ain't got to.
no, like she has everything. And I mean, the questionable
And
part
y'all
is
not
like,
talking one, y'all
if
talking
you
multiple.
come on, listen. I know you were a grandma before me, but I feel like I only have grandma energy. I don't have mama energy. So, at
Absolutely.
that age, like, besides all that, when I have him and he ain't ready to go to bed, I'll be like, go in there with your mama because I'm
Go
sleepy.
with your mama. I be calling like when you come together.
Come get her.
Cause you know yours is still in the cute stage and mine is tearing up my house.
Yeah, but based on the way his mama's schedule is, like he be up at 1 o'clock in the morning ready to partay.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you can go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll see your
Come
cute
get her.
stuff in the morning, but I mean, it's a whole
Hmm.
different thing when you're the mother.
It is. It is. But
Well,
yeah, that
her
was sweet.
surrogate,
That was sweet of Shamir.
what with how she handled
How
that.
she handles, yeah.
Shamia says they have four embryos, two girls, two boys. So now they're looking for another surrogate, to grow their family. So,
Hmm.
whew, what
It'll
happens when you
happen.
have lots of money and you can,
Yeah. It'll happen.
So Brittany goes to visit Kelly, and I have a lot of things to say about this particular situation. First of all,
Good.
Brittany and her titties was sitting up on the thing, hanging all out on the sofa next to the cheese and crackers and things. Now she's planning a wedding. I was like, Kenya asked you about your ring. I don't know why, her little obsession with Kenya is already showing me just in episode 2.
Yes. Because I'm like, the whole wedding band situation, the story was confusing. You confused the hell out of me when you was telling it. So I don't know why you holding this against Kenya.
When she was like, so are we planning a wedding? And I was like, I thought she was married.
But she got married during COVID, so now she wants to have a big wedding.
I mean, okay, I guess, girl. And the way Michael be acting, is he coming? Because he don't really act
He
like
no, allegedly.
Mm-mm. Well, they're gossiping about the drama at the party. Kelly is still
Hmm.
like, I just want to know, like, what is up with why she's still that lady's husband? She's standing on what she said.
And she said what she said, and we all said it too, Kelly. Shit. And then she
What the
showed up
hell?
late as hell and stood in front of them damn cameras and said, Chanel, I'm here.
That was so irritating to me.
Kelly said, I'll be at your wedding, but I won't be coming
I'll
in
be
late.
late.
Like,
That was so rude though. When your best friend is not there, like everybody notices. Everybody is asking, like, where's Portia? Where's Portia? You know she didn't come to your wedding, so don't expect her to be around here for your birthday party and all
y'all
your
know,
seriousness. And she's going to, divorce court with a scammer.
but like I said, everybody knows I have a favorite uh late cousin that everybody knows is gonna be late. But she would have never came in and
In the middle,
interrupted what was
she would have
going on.
switched over. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
say hi afterwards.
Oh my
What's the
goodness.
name? This Brit Edie was in her confessional, all tight in the face, talking about everybody thinks I'm a mean girl. And when you get to know me, I'm the nicest person you'll ever meet. And I'm like, you never can trust somebody that says that. Every time
She
somebody,
said, because she's so pretty.
that's
They
why
look
they
at
call
her.
her the mean girl.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, girl, no ma'am. No ma'am.
I mean, to each his own. I'm not going to say she's not pretty, but I mean, everybody's got their idea of what beauty is.
Mm, not mine.
Kelly, on the other hand, her friend with the actual story, she said her husband.
Kelly, I cannot say this. I felt like last week it was like Kelly had just got work done, and this week it's kind of looked like
It
it's settled
settled in
in
a little
more.
bit.
Yeah, because I looked at her
In a
this
little
week,
bit.
it was like, oh, it's not that bad. It's she's kind of cute.
I want to know who her husband was. She said he sent her
You seen them? That was
who?
a big dude. They showed a picture of them of last week with the family, and I was like, "That's a big ass dude." That she said she had to sleep in the closet and
He was
shit, and he was
sleeping in
being
the
abusive.
closet.
Yeah, he was a big dude.
That's terrifying. She said this man took $500,000 from her company.
Mm, mm, mm.
I'm distracted because your son just started a Facebook Insta message group.
He just did it.
He just started a group. Yeah.
Get off the iPad. He's not supposed to be on the iPad.
But yeah, I'm glad she got away from that. I'm like, she said cops had to be called and they were yes, sleeping in the closet, and then she's got all girls in that house. So
Yeah, that's sad. That's sad.
I still wonder. I have to go back and look at his picture, but I wonder
Go
who he
back and look at him. He's a huge dude. I don't know if he's somebody we know, but I was like, golly, she was
and
taking it
she's
from that big old
a
dude.
teeny weeny thing. And she did like most women do in that situation, put up a
Mm-hmm.
front so everybody thinks you have this happily ever after household,
Mm-hmm.
and she's sleeping in the closet.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
It's been like you said,
Um,
it's been on.
can I break the fourth wall? What is going on with the pink dog? Why would we do that? Why are we making our dogs pink? And I know that was Kelly dog because I feel like she has a thing for pink.
Was that Kelly's dog, the pink one?
I think so. Wasn't that
Yeah,
poodle named
yeah, yeah. Because the other one, they showed her other dog, and her dog was all white.
he's
Yeah,
white?
that was
Yeah.
Kelly's dog. Yeah, no, I don't like the pink dog.
Mm-mm. Um. So Drew and Angela and Shamia meet up. I guess Drew and Angela, were planning on teaming up against Shamia for whatever reason. And they go to
Drew.
work out. I felt like this is the only time I've ever seen them like work out for real. I was like, oh, that was a real workout. Like they look like they
Hmm.
was putting in work.
I was
Um,
not joking with Drew.
no, that was whatever that guy's name is.
Hmm.
Angela was basically telling Drew, like, you've been in this industry long enough. Like, why is it that you felt like it was necessary to start working with Dennis? It just doesn't make sense. It's not a good look. Especially
It,
since Portia's bothered. She's like, I didn't know she was bothered. You know now she's bothered.
if you didn't know then, you know now, for sure.
She's sitting up there crying, talking about her divorce, and I believe it when I see it. I feel like her divorce is just as serious as Ashley Darby over there. It'll be a while before these people finish living in the basement.
Look here. It is not shocking that Ralph is asking for alimony and child support. He seemed like that dude. He
And a
so
percentage of
much
her
seemed like
business.
that
I
dude.
was like, no shock there. Yeah, that's what he would do. But why do they always
Absolutely.
have their husbands jumping on the track talking about he's the producer or he's my manager? Like, how many times do we have to see how that turns out before we're like,
Right. But
it
you
didn't even
boost him
work. I
up
mean, I
like
guess
he
it
was
worked
all
for
that.
say it again.
She boosted him up like he was all that when we first met him. He was
She
supposed to be
did.
this big dude, this big tech guy, and he made all. And now come down to it, Drew. You were taking care of that man, and that's why he feel like he can ask for all of this because he wasn't making any money.
Because he
Because you
wasn't
can't
making any
ask
money.
for it if you was making all that money you claimed before.
I mean, and you can't just leave and go to Tampa for 3 days without telling your job.
And if you did have the money like you claim you did when you first came on the show, then you would have did like Mauricio and went and got you another place like PK and Mauricio, and you wouldn't be staying in the basement. So
He
you only stand in the basement because can't afford to go nowhere else.
he could not afford to live where Mauricio lived. I ain't seen it, but I bet it's expensive.
Mm-mm.
And then I was like, okay, on to another show. PK, does he live in the same condo with Mauricio?
No, because PK's came with furniture, and Mauricio went and bought furniture,
Right,
and
but they
that
live
was
in
the
the same
issue.
building. I feel like somewhere I heard that they lived in the
Oh.
same building, and I was like, PK, it can't be that humble if you staying in the same place with Mauricio. Clearly, it's not that mansion, but don't act like you living in a little apartment.
He got money stored up somewhere.
Somewhere. Well, Ralph don't, because he's living in Drew's basement.
No,
She's
Ralph
over
do
here
not.
crying and talking about how Dennis wrote this song for Portia and they were over there bonding over their divorces and breakups and things.
Okay.
Now,
I
I
guess.
did not appreciate Angela coming for Shamia. Like,
I was like, let her answer the question. And Shamia, you was definitely taking up for Portia. You did ask that question for Portia. But I was like, let her get it out. You jumping
okay, but
on her?
that's not a lap dog though. That's you know what I'm
No,
saying?
Drew. I don't think you want them kind of issues, Drew. When that came out, well, Shamia played it off cool. Because I did watch what happened live. But yeah, I wouldn't call her a lapdog. But I will say Portia would never have Shamia back the way Shamia has
No,
Portia back.
no.
She would have
But I
never
don't
did
think
that
she
for
knows
her.
Portia. She knows who Portia is, so she ain't worried about that. I feel like the people have always liked Shamia. That's always been an issue. You know what I'm saying?
I was just gonna say that the thing about it is, um, Shamia is Portia's friend, right? And that we know. But then Shamia has these thousands of other close
Friends.
friends. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And Portia has Shamia. We even seen how she treated her
And her
sister.
sister. That's it. Those are the only two that have been
That's
around.
it.
Like, yeah.
That's it. So I don't really think Shamia is really worried about Portia too much like that outside of like this little show because
Because
Shamia
she's
has
used
a
to her
life
having to come
outside of Portia.
beg for her friendship back with Shamia again because she's acted an asshole somewhere.
Yeah. Uh,
So Portia and Dennis have this play date with Pilar, and they're such a cute little family they are. And so she was
I like
telling
that
him
outfit she had on. That was
that was
cute.
cute. That was cute. Um,
Hmm.
basically she's telling him that whatever he's saying about him and Drew being business partners only, Drew is saying the complete opposite. And I was like,
She
no,
did
she's not.
not.
She said exactly what he said.
She made it seem like Drew was trying to say it was something between her and Dennis. She did not. Drew is out here
She was
saying
like, she
something
called
else,
you her whole Jesus Christ. I was like, well, she did. She didn't say Jesus Christ, but that's the
but
only part. Like she,
that's the
you
only
know,
part. That's the only part. And here's the thing. And this is something else that y'all left out. You know, Drew did say it, but Portia, you and Dennis was hanging with Drew and her husband. So not only like she just went and got your baby daddy or he just came to
they
her,
were
like
all
y'all
friends.
had some friends.
Yeah,
Y'all were hanging out together.
they
And
were a
he said
couple friends.
he talked to Ralph as
Yeah.
well. Girl, don't act like
Well,
you ain't
Ralph is
know.
there. He's right there because
Well, he's right. Ralph is hollering upstairs. Change that one lyric. Run it
hey,
back.
Dennis, can you come down here for a minute, please? He'll be claiming producer rights of the music when it's all said and done.
Exactly.
Well,
Take
Portia
that.
was
Take
just
that.
here to manipulate Dennis. Dennis said he and Drew was over there because Drew was going through a divorce and he was watching her have 16 weddings with Simon and it had him on his feelings. So they were writing good music together. And Portia cried and pretty much told him, this is not going to work. And if you're going to be playing with her, and then it's going to be bad for you. Because I have
And
to do
this,
everything all alone with no support.
she said, why can't she get loyalty from people? Because you're not a loyal person.
I feel like I've heard her
You
say that
get
before.
what you put out, you're getting back. That's usually how that works. But poor you, Portia. Poor you.
Child.
Um, and then she said something about him trying to use her platform against her. And I was like, well, technically, Drew, this was Drew platform because you had quit all your job.
Right.
Like you wasn't even here last
You
year.
didn't work
So
here. So,
technically, this is Drew's platform. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, at
the
this
part,
point, it's been what? Is it 3 or 4 seasons now?
yeah, she was
It's
gone.
her
She
fourth
quit.
season. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Drew fourth season.
So how
Drew's.
many does Portia have? I feel like at this point she got almost as many seasons as Portia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you didn't think you needed this no more. You had quit all your jobs, remember?
I
So
remember
this
we
probably
told her
was
not to
gonna be
do that.
Drew's storyline anyway.
Well, and Dennis was trying to get that music promoted on the show. So maybe by the
Hmm.
time we get to the end, it will happen. I like Drew's singing. Every all the songs that she's put out, the only housewife that you have music that I would probably listen to for real in real life.
I listen to Shamari. Why listen to Escape?
Well, Shamari and Escape are different. Those are groups that were
Yeah,
established before,
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know nothing about Drew's music until she was
No, only thing
T-Boz.
I know about her was we didn't like
And
her.
she was over there stealing Darwin away from Melanie.
That's
That's what we knew her
not.
for.
That's all we knew. That's all we knew. Well,
So
the
that's
one
where that
thing,
ended.
well, the last thing for me that ended was Portia saying basically, if you continue, then this marks how that looks for your daughter. And I was like, so you gonna keep him away from his
So you're
daughter,
using your
or
daughter to manipulate situations to get what you want.
so you that girl, Portia?
She's that girl.
You
Yeah.
that girl. And I believe that you that girl. Don't hold his daughter against that, against do what I say or I'm keeping Pilar
Well,
away from
now
you.
that you bring that up, none of us thought it was a good idea for you to have Simon over there around your daughter when you didn't know that man anyway. So,
Or them kids. Let's be honest. You gotta watch your kids
because he
around
got
other
a bunch
kids.
of boys, right, right.
Yeah. Child, please.
Well,
And
next
let's
week,
not forget, I could hold Pilar against you because you sat up there and tried to fight my mama on national TV. I still ain't got over that. I don't know how
oh,
Dennis got over it.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. I don't either. That
Yeah,
was
because
wild.
I ain't got over that yet.
That was wild. His mother was a lot, but I mean, we don't know what was going on behind the scenes. So Portia is a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot.
Well,
So
next
yeah,
week, Brittany is still coming for Kenya. She's sitting at a dinner table with a bunch of people we don't know talking about Kenya. Kenya ain't thought about this lady.
at all. Look, when I went back and looked at it again, um, she did speak to you. She did
She
speak.
said hi, and then she got distracted by Cynthia, and kind of came
Yeah,
back around. Yeah, she
yeah.
hugged Cynthia. She was like, "You hugged everyone." She was like, "I hugged Cynthia because that's my friend."
That's my friend.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why you want a hug from a stranger? That's
Well,
weird.
I feel like we know. I don't, and most people don't. Um, I feel like now that we know Kenya's not there, her plan was to come for Kenya. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And Kenya, like, went left and did whatever she did. But based on what I'm seeing with what's her name, Brittany? I'm
Yeah.
wondering what types of jobs she did have out there, Miss. I was a gentleman's magazine girl in high school.
Mhm. Well, it looked like her and Kelly ain't cool now, so don't
Yeah.
know what she
I
did.
haven't been keeping up, but I did hear that. And Shamia ain't
Hmm.
cool with none of them based on how she was on Watch What Happens Live.
Especially
Um,
that Angela. She was
she
cutting
said you
into
called out
Angela.
her Michael Jackson nose, and it's not a
And it
lie.
is. It absolutely,
Absolutely a Michael Jackson nose.
absolutely is. Yeah. Yeah.
And Drew wants to have a talk with Portia, I
Y'all
guess.
should have been had that talk. Portia, you should have had that talk when you found out that it was an issue for you. You should have been had that talk. But okay, we're gonna do it on here on
And
camera.
I wouldn't have, as for Drew, I wouldn't have done it without having a talk with Portia, though. Like, we work together and all of that. I want to be clear that we have this
She said
conversation.
she did. But Portia cut her off when she was saying it. She said, we talked, and Portia cut her off and overtalked her.
Well, then, apparently they didn't talk good enough, but they finna have a talk next week, maybe, because Portia didn't
Portia
respond.
full of shit. Portia said, this time we ain't supposed to have that talk right now. That's we're
This
gonna
is-
do that later on. We
I'm
gotta
directing
stretch
this
this.
season, not you. This is my show. All right,
Child.
that's it for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and apparently
Yes.
Beverly Hills, and a little bit of Married to Medicine too.
All right.
See
But yeah. Bye, y'all.
you next week. Bye, y'all.